you ever wanted to make your digital footage look like film? Well, look no further than Dehancer, a film emulation plugin designed for DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, After Effects, Lightroom, Photoshop, Affinity Photo, Capture One.
Cue the intro.
Wait, I have an intro?
Drop.
If you've liked any of the results you've seen in this video and would like to purchase Dehancer for yourself, please consider using my affiliate link down below and use promo code DMFILM to receive 10% off all items at checkout. With that being said, sit back, maybe get some popcorn, and let's just jump right into the tutorial. Once you've downloaded Dehancer into your editing software of choice, go down to your effects tab and you should see Dehancer down there. Just click and drag it down to your footage. I'm going to expand this so you can see a bit better. Alright, let's start with the first one. I like to add color wheels on top of my Dehancer effects. I start with Rec 709. For film, Kodak Ektar 100 is pretty good. I like that. I also like Portra 400 is great, but I personally like Kodak Gold 200. I think that's really nice. Film compression, we can just add that on just default. We're going to leave expand on default. Print, we're going to put that to Kodak 2383. Leave that as is. Film grain, kind of tone this down. For halation, we're going to turn that on. We're going to amplify the halation, like so. On off, maybe that's a little bit too much. And then we're going to turn on bloom. Also, we're going to turn that down a bit, so you just have a little bit. You can also go with the vignetting, add this over here, put more focus on the mountain over there in the distance. After I did kind of my adjustments using Dehancer, I'm going to just go into my color wheels. I'm going to bring up my scopes here, kind of want to bring up my highlights there, drop down my midtones. Look at the halation around the contrasted edges. Looks really good. I prefer to add Dehancer, dial in my look, and then kind of go with my color correction, but you could be completely different. That's totally fine. Before, you just add your Dehancer effect and boom. So if I copy these effects and then add it to this clip, I can just paste it. Alright, so for this clip, I use Kodak Gold. I basically kind of stuck around with everything using the same stuff. I probably took out the vignette. You can, for this, you can add some grain. It's cool. But I don't know, I feel like the grain's a little bit too much. So I'm going to disable that. And then the majority of the stuff is just in the color panel. So if I bring up my scopes again, can darken that down, bring that up. Each shot is going to be different, but this is kind of where the magic begins over here in the color wheels, because you can manipulate it more if you like the built-in tools, but you can also achieve kind of a similar look using the Dehancer built-in exposure tools and temperature tools. So if you want a little bit cooler or a bit warmer, I just feel like Dehancers are just a little bit more limiting. I kind of have more experience using the color wheels, so I just find that gives more control. This is before Dehancer, this is after. That's this shot done. For this shot, I kind of actually would probably use the same as this clip. Just copy and paste it, and boom, it already looks pretty much almost there. Again, go to the color wheels. Done. Look at that. Before, after. That's with Dehancer. I can show how the halation is working right now. So that's without the halation. You can see. And then this is with halation, which kind of edges out the contrasted edges. And again with the bloom, just kind of makes it have more of a soft highlight roll off. You can also add film grain to this, and it looks honestly really good. Definitely some of the best film grain I've seen. So for this, I'm just gonna go apply Dehancer on there. And for this, I actually used Kodak Ektar 100, and that kind of has that more blue hour feel. I'm gonna put on film compression, leave expand on, profile, I'm gonna put on Kodak 2383, and boom, it immediately looks exactly how I want it to look. Then you can have the film grain. I honestly kind of like it, but just again, it's too much. So I'm just gonna add maybe like 1 or 2. Looks pretty good. Add the halation. That looks great. All the default settings are honestly at a really good point. Bloom, that might be a little bit too much. Kind of, you can dial it back. Then you can also add the vignette as well, which honestly actually might look pretty good on this. Just dial that back. Go to the color wheels. I've kind of done this color correction, but I want to just make it a little bit less dark. And boom, before, after. Kind of messed up the white balance there, but again, it's pretty amazing. Before, after.
Dehancer.
Looks great. And even though it's a blue hour scene, you can still see the great skin tones still produces. It's honestly amazing. If you do want to learn more about Dehancer's tools, just go to dehancer.com, go to help, film emulation tools. You can learn about all the different tools, how they work, what they do, all in depth, and it's really great. Let's get into some of the pros with Dehancer. First of all, it's non-destructive, so you can like edit and it won't like break apart the footage, so you can change it and manipulate it, and it's super customizable. That's the second point. So you're not confined to like a certain style or look. So super flexible and non-destructive, so you can remove grain, you can keep the grain, you can do whatever you want. Another pro is that it's pretty much compatible with like every editing software out there, so they got you covered. My final point is that it really does take off that digital edge off of your footage. So it really does make it look like film, and it really has that like organic look to it. It's got that like nostalgic, I don't know, it's got a certain feel or certain vibe to the footage that you just really can't recreate with any other plugin I've seen out there. So you're probably thinking, is there any cons to this pretty much almost perfect plugin? Well, since it is a powerful plugin, you are going to need a powerful computer to handle all those effects and rendering times, especially if you're shooting in like 4K or something like that. Just want to keep that in mind if you are thinking about purchasing this plugin. So that leads me to my second con, and depending on your budget, it is a little bit pricey. So if you are concerned about price and you're not sure, you're on the fence about buying it, they do have a free trial. I'm not sure, it's like a 7 to 14 day trial that you can just download, put it into your editing software and just try it out, see if you like it, and go from there. Alright, so what's the final verdict? If you strive to achieve that film look without, shooting on expensive film cameras and developing film, I think Dehancer is hands down one of the best non-destructive, customizable film emulation plugins on the market to date. If you are interested in purchasing Dehancer, then make sure to use my affiliate link down below with promo code DMFilm at checkout to receive 10% off all products. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. That's it. I'm out. I don't know how to end this tutorial with a spinny... I'm out. Oh, come on. Oh! I think my work is done here.